All right, so we got 65 orders going out over the weekend, totaling a little over $1,400 in sales. Stick around to the end of the video to find out what sold. These Old Navy shorts sold for $7 plus shipping. And these Black Diamond shorts sold for $38 plus shipping. And this Gloria Vanderbilt is going in the trash. And this Eddie Bauer women's denim dress sold for $24 plus shipping. How have sales been going for you guys? Been a pretty steady week, 65 to 75 orders is kind of what we've been averaging over the weekend on eBay, and just getting some processes dialed in. If you could see behind me here, this is a week's worth of rejects of sorting through what I've gotten in bulk buys and just stuff that is not on my brand list and stuff that just, is not going to be something I'm going to want to spend time listing in my store. So Van Heusen, definitely not something I want to spend time listing. Cool update here is that I reached out to a church on Facebook Marketplace where they run a clothing sale about once a month. But after that sale, they have a lot of clothes that is left over from donations that they have no idea what to do with. So I offered to come and pick up those clothes every month, and it's going to be about 8 to 12 trash bags every month, about a 20-minute drive. And you're finding stuff that's going to be pretty decent. Found some True Religion jeans, Miss Me jeans. All of this is going to be for free, and now I just need to spend the time to process it all and pick out the stuff that I'm going to want to sell, and then stuff that's going to be upcycled to the company Just Porch It. So really cool. Don't underestimate the value of reaching out to your local churches. Most of them run clothing closets for homeless shelters, rescue shelters, people just getting out of prison or jail that are looking to hit the ground running and they need clothes. So reach out to local churches, smaller churches, bigger churches, see what they're doing with their excess inventory. The ladies told me that they were just dropping off all of the extra donations and all of the extra stuff from the sale to Goodwill. So maybe you can be the next source for this church where they don't need to spend time dropping off these donations, and you can be the source to where you just go and pick them up once a month, once a week, and now you can have an alternative way to source inventory and can be really helpful for your business. This Diesel men's jacket sold for $50. It's just a regular bomber jacket. Kind of has a camo style to it. Let's see if we can get it. Love picking up this brand. You've heard it before, but if you're not picking up Diesel, would suggest picking it up at the right price. Some of their jeans definitely take a little bit longer to sell, but if you ever come across like a Diesel jacket, that's going to have some nice resale value. Of course, this came from a storage unit buyout I did last year, so cost of goods are running about 50 cents to $1 on this jacket. And definitely, it's starting to warm up, so I'm happy to get rid of these jackets and get them out of the store. This men's Carhartt button-up denim shirt sold for $45 plus shipping. And these Brooks Brothers men's chino pants sold for $21 plus shipping. All right, so these women's Danskin leggings sold for $12 plus shipping. So what are some strategies to help grow your business this year? For me, it's going to be buying in bulk, buying large amounts of clothing, being able to sort through those clothing, to be able to lower my cost of goods, and be able to really hone in on a source that is consistent. For me, in my business, I spend the majority of my time doing listings, doing photography, doing shipping, and I don't really want to spend too much time driving around, driving to thrift stores, driving to churches, picking up the items that I need. I need about 1,500 items every month to be able to hit my 45 a day listing goal. So that is the strategy for me to be able to grow my business this year. We are on pace for doing a little over $200,000 in sales. So to maintain that trajectory, I'm going to need to be able to focus my time and energy more on the listing and photography process. So therefore, buying items in bulk, buying large amounts of bales, tractor trailer loads of 40 bales at a time, holding them at a warehouse, and being able to process them as I need inventory. So I'm going to be paying anywhere between 15 and 16 cents per pound. It is about $6,000 to $7,000 per trailer load. So I'm going to be implementing that strategy in my business so I can be able to just go and just have that peace of mind to be able to go to a warehouse, pick up the clothes that I need, and come back home and get them listed. So what are some things that you're going to be doing in your business this year that's going to take you to the next level? And for me, it was always sourcing. I just wrote it out, and I was spending so much time in the car, driving around, driving over here, and I just added it up to like, maybe if I focus that time and money and energy into finding a bigger source, I'll be able to really focus more on the things that really matter to me, which is coaching, helping people grow their eBay business, helping people become from a 9-to-5 to becoming a reseller. Those are my goals as a person. You know, eBay's great and all, but I really get fulfillment out of helping people get going on eBay. If you check out in the link in the description down below, I'm offering a free 7-day trial to my eBay coaching, and included in that is a free eBay store review, as well as a reseller spreadsheet and access to hundreds of hours of pre-recorded coaching calls, where we have about 19 people in the group, a community on our private Discord of people that are really willing to help anyone that is coming into the reseller journey and just really has no idea what to do, you know, how to structure titles, how to price items. So you could check that out, linked in the description below. And if you are getting value after the 7 days, it's just $1 a day after that. And I'd love to see you there. And I wouldn't recommend picking up this brand Danskin. This Kenneth Cole kind of velvet textured shirt sold for $21 plus shipping. This Oregon Beavers pullover sweater sold for $14 plus shipping. All right, say what you will about Nike, but this Nike dry fit men's polo sold for $15 plus shipping. I'm finding Nike in my area for $1 or less. So for me, in my business model, that is something that I'm gonna be picking up on a consistent basis if it's in good condition. You know, I'm not gonna be listing Nike if it has holes. And, you know, I'm just really wanting to hone in on I'm just really wanting to master some of the brands that are in abundance in my area. And Nike in Portland, in the Oregon area, you're gonna be finding it everywhere. This Pro Spirit men's shirt sold for $12 plus shipping. Another interesting brand is this brand NXP. These are just some regular men's jeans sold for $22 plus shipping. But if you can find the brand NXP, if you can see it, it might be worthwhile checking comps to see if it's a good pickup for you. And some of the things that I'm always picking up are sports teams, college teams. This is just a Gonzaga men's t-shirt, sold for $11 plus shipping. I find a ton of Oregon Ducks university items, a ton of Oregon Beavers apparel. So that's something that I'm always cluing in on, trying to pick up for pennies on the dollar. Maybe try looking up some local colleges, some local sports teams that are gonna be in your area. This Adidas women's pullover shirt sold for $11 plus shipping. These Dockers men's cargo pants sold for $10 plus shipping. This Sonoma men's sweater sold for $24.95 plus shipping. Yes, you heard that right, the brand Sonoma. So that is in 11984. Usually do not pick that up, and if I do have that in my store, I either got it for free or I paid less than 25 cents for it. So 11984. How are you guys storing your inventory? This is the way to go for me. This is just the way I can pack and pull items as an easy way, not have to go digging through bins, looking around, and to be able to just pull an order when it comes in on eBay and to be able to store it just like this as they come in on eBay. So it makes the shipping process so much faster, so much easier. So if you're in the traditional bin system like that back there, that's just fine. That's how I started. But being able to like try to see into the future, try to get a good vision for your business, being able to go from bins to something where it's more like a sequential numerical system, that is really gonna take you to the next level, because when you're starting to get about 10, 20, 30 orders a day, you're going to be sitting there going, wow, I'm spending all of this time digging through items, and really increases the chances of you losing items. So maybe start thinking in the future, hey, I want to now switch systems, something that's going to be a little bit more effective, efficient, and really minimize anything that would get lost. These Liz Claiborne chino pants sold for $8 plus shipping. These Volcom women's shorts sold for $13 plus shipping. These Calvin Klein women's jeans sold for $12 plus shipping. This new tag men's Carhartt button-up shirt sold for $22 plus shipping. So this is a bulk order of some wool sweaters, Pure Stuff, Eddie Bauer, and just some men's size small wool sweaters sold for $150 plus shipping. And that is why I love picking up the same items over and over again, because I get bulk orders like this. You know, most of these items came from storage unit buyouts, so I paid $1 or less per item. And I love turning, $3, $4 into $150 plus shipping. And of course, after fees, tax, and everything, you're left with a lot less. But still, that is the beauty of reselling, is that you're able to take $1, turn it into 20, $1, turn it into 10. And it's very rare that I lose money on any items. Yeah, there are some items that you'll want to probably cull from your store, but at the same time, it's really a beautiful thing and a great time to get into reselling. This Torrid shirt sold for $10 plus shipping. It is in 10570. I'm a really big believer in strategy. I believe that the war is won before it is even fought. So how are you fighting your daily battles? How are you fighting the war of life? You need to have a strategy in place for you to be successful. And with reselling in particular, being an entrepreneur, you're really going to need to develop a sound strategy, something to guide you along the way when you go through the ups and downs of the reselling journey. So for me, my strategy is buying things for as low as possible to be able to extract value from those items and put them back into recirculation in the economy. eBay gives us the tools to be able to look up buyer demand, to be able to do market research on the items that are reselling for good money. So it's really putting those plans in place, putting some structure into your business so you can have guidelines to follow when you do go through those big ups and downs and those swings. And that's going to enable you to grow as a business. So what is your strategy? What is your strategy for this year? Your outlook on the next 3 years? This is something that's going to be always changing. And if you don't initiate change in your business, then you're going to allow change to happen to you rather than for you. So a big thing for me is developing strategy. How are you going about doing that? I really want to maximize my efficiency in my business. I want to be as productive as possible, as effective as possible. I'm not out here in this warehouse just twiddling my thumbs. I got things to do. I got family to feed. I got bills to pay, so I'm out here just trying to be as fast and as effective as possible. So what are you doing? Are you really having that sense of urgency? Are you really attacking the day when it comes to reselling? I can be out here all day if I wanted to, but I'm not trying to do that. So kind of think of it as a sense of, what are you getting paid per hour? And the faster you work and the more effective and productive you are, the money that you make per hour goes up. This super stained women's tunic by the brand Silhouette sold for $9 plus shipping. This women's Maurice's tank top sold for $9 plus shipping. One of my favorite brands to resell is the brand Levi's. I pick up all men's Levi's jeans. These are the 511s, sold for $16 plus shipping. The main reason why I pick these up is because they are everywhere. And I know the categories are saturated. Oh my goodness, stay away from Levi's. You'll never make any money. But if I am paying $1 or less, I'm gonna pick it up. I'm not gonna be spending $3, $5 on a pair of Levi's. But for $1, yes. So things like that, lowering your cost of goods, finding any way that you can do this is gonna be a great strategy. How can you lower your cost of goods? Calling junk removal services, starting a junk removal service business, calling churches. What are you doing with this inventory? What are you doing with clothing? Do you have a clothes closet? Calling mom and pop thrift stores saying, hey, what are you doing with the extra clothing? What are you doing with the extra donations? What are you doing with things that sit in the store too long? Those are excellent strategies. Calling a recycling company. What are you doing with this? What are you doing with those toys? What are you doing with those DVDs? What are you doing with those books? Calling electronic recycling companies. What are you doing with those VCRs? What are you doing with those combo DVD players? These are some things that you need to start thinking outside the box. Everyone is doing this, and how are you going to pivot over here? I try not to do what everyone else is doing. I try to do what people that are doing that are making millions, 10 million, $100 million reselling. Those are the strategies that I'm going to try to implement in my business to take my business to the next level. So I always believe that your sourcing life is going to be a good indicator to how your reselling life is. For me, nailing down a source and buying inventory in bulk is going to be a way that I can take my business to that next step. So what are you doing for you? I don't know. I think that everyone starts somewhere. Starting small is key, mastering what you want to sell, and then slowly getting into that vision of, hey, 2 years down the road, I'm really wanting to be able to just have that source, either product come to you, or you have a warehouse connection where you go to the warehouse, you pick up what you need, you go home and list. Because the listing and the photography process alone is that time-consuming process. You know, doing listings, doing the photography, doing the put away. Unless you're planning on hiring someone, then that is going to be something that you're going to want to focus on. How can I get better at sourcing? How can I find more product? And how can I get that product to eventually come to me? These Lane Bryant women's pull-on pants sold for $10 plus shipping. This Disney women's Mickey Mouse pullover sweatshirt sold for $10 plus shipping. This men's Nike jacket, kind of like a windbreaker, sold for $12 plus shipping. These BKE Buckle women's denim jeans sold for $12 plus shipping. These Nike Pro Combat men's like football padded compression shorts sold for $12.95 plus shipping. I had to take a moment here to stop to celebrate an Old Navy jeans sale, $17.95 plus shipping, and a women's size 0 to add to it. These are just regular denim jeans. They are new with tags. Probably got these for less than $1. Very happy with this sale. Eddie Bauer, how I've missed you. These are some women's chino pants sold for $15 plus shipping. This new with tags men's pullover sweater by the brand Tommy Hilfiger sold for $22 plus shipping. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to celebrate because this Gloria Vanderbilt women's jeans sold for $5 plus shipping. God bless you, Gloria Vanderbilt. Another Nike shirt sold for $11 plus shipping. And this super stained Cabela's workwear shirt, size large, sold for another $8 plus shipping. These men's Rockport new with tag shoes sold for $25 plus shipping. All right, this is a Hugo Boss sale, and these are some men's Oxford wingtip shoes sold for $70 plus shipping. I love picking up the brand Hugo Boss, and maybe you should too at the right price. One thing I wanted to show you guys is last week I consolidated a ton of my inventory, and this was kind of the result. I was able to clear up not one, not two, but 3 racks consolidated down just by really managing the inventory. Consolidating it down about once a month really frees up the space. So if you have minimal space, maybe you're using your spare bedroom, a storage unit, get in the habit of consolidating down your inventory because you don't know how much space you might end up freeing up. So this is going to be about a month to 2 months worth of listings that I just freed up in my warehouse to be able to add more items in and not have to worry so much about space. This men's Levi's belt sold for $17 plus shipping. And this men's Denim and Supply Henley shirt sold for $24 plus shipping. All right, so we got 4 rows of inventory going out. Let's get to pulling and packing. So a lot of basic bread and butter sales this weekend, right? Nothing too crazy. Some simple Banana Republic, Levi's, Ralph Lauren. If you want to know what brands I'm on the lookout for on a consistent basis, check out this video here where it goes more in detail on the brands that I'm constantly on the lookout for. I hope you all have a blessed rest of the day. Take care.